So, where do we start?
Get the justice. Don't you fake it now. Don't just take a bow. Slow time to go moyas. Don't you fake it now. Don't just take a bow. Drink your justice.
In a season with Frieren, Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise, and Oshi no Ko, one of the most high-profile shows airing right now is the latest installment in the Fate franchise, Fate Strange Fake. An anime years in the making, so much so that the first episode came out in 2023. And fans have made it through every delay and hiatus for something truly generational. Not only is this production on par with the shows I listed earlier, it actually might be better, as you can clearly see the directing duo Shun Enokido and Takahito Sakazume and the rest of the staff put their heart and soul into every scene. After all, they had so much time to do so. And on top of that, the original light novel for this adaptation was written by Ryogo Narita, creator of beloved anime Durara and Baccano. So naturally, this show would be the talk of the season, except it had one thing holding it back. It's a part of the Fate franchise. Every time a new Fate anime comes out, the conversation of which one do I start with, or do I have to watch the others, begins to trend all over again. And as someone who has seen it all to the point where I've analyzed it multiple times on this channel, and plays the mobile game to a high degree, video also on the channel, it has never been as much of a polarizing topic as it is now with Fate Strange Fake. Because you see, you can go into this one blind, not knowing a single thing about Fate, and completely understand it. But this anime is most definitely a love letter to not just Fate, but to Type Moon itself. If you don't know what Type Moon is, it's the company that makes Fate and a couple of other series that share the same universe. So today, I want to analyze both sides of the argument by telling you the story of this anime, glazing the shit out of it, and come to a solid conclusion of whether you can, more importantly, whether you should, go into Fate Strange Fake completely blind. This is the story of the greatest Fate anime ever made. Sponsored by me. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out small creators like me, and it's completely free. But if you need more convincing, keep watching. Let me improve myself. Let's start at the beginning. Like most shows in this franchise, heck, even the franchise itself, the start of this series was rather unconventional. To be specific, a 2008 April Fool's joke from Narita himself titled Fake States Night. This anime takes place in America, and it's a fake anime. You get it? You get it? Everyone had a good laugh, and this is just my guess, but Type Moon and Narita said, wait a minute. Is this a good idea? In 2009, illustrator and mangaka Mori Shizuki would team up with Narita to turn this joke into reality, and in 2014, the publication of both the novel and the manga was official. But why Ryogo Narita? Well, back in 2003, Narita had already written another American-based light novel in Baccano, which he won awards for. I'm personally not that much of a Baccano fan. I didn't even finish it, but every time someone talks about it, they glaze it, so all respect to the series. Maybe I'll finish it one day. And I didn't know this, but he also has experience working with other characters he did not create, as he was the co-author of 2 Bleach novels back in 2012. An award-winning author who's not only successful in writing his own series, but also adapting others seems like a recipe for success. And with the Fate name attached to it, it kinda was. The last volume, volume 10 of the light novel, hasn't come out as of the recording of this video, but it has been announced. And with the successful runs of volume 1 through 4 back then, an anime had to be on the horizon. And it was. Kind of. In 2019, they released a promotional video animated by A1 Pictures, and it even had a song from Hiroyuki freaking Sawano. Look at this. It's basically a trailer for an upcoming anime. You can't tell me this isn't a trailer for an upcoming anime. Fans were hyped. This must mean something, right? Surely, you don't just... And silence. No follow-up, no anime announcement, just keep on supporting the light novel. Until 2022, when it was announced that a television special titled Fate Strange Fake Whispers of Dawn was in production. It's go time, baby! Not only was the Hans Zimmer of anime himself, Sawano, back producing the soundtrack, but Shun Enokido, a key animator on shows like Kill la Kill, JJK, and One Punch Man, Season 1 Season 1, along with Takehito Sakuzume, an animator with almost the exact same resume, were set to direct. And this special was set to premiere at Anime Expo 2023. And I was there! And following this premiere, both directors announced in front of me and a crowd of die-hard Fate fans that this was only the start of what would be a full-blown TV series. Hell yeah, baby! But as I said earlier, we still had one more hurdle to overcome, and that was production delays. At this point in the anime community, I doubt there is a single fan that doesn't know that the animation industry treats its animators like they work in a sweatshop factory. And A1 Pictures, even more so than MAPPA, is notorious for this. We had one special in July 2023, then a delay. Then the first episode aired in December 2024, over a year after that special. Not that bad of a delay, but that was supposed to be the start of the show's broadcast. Well, you probably already know this, and if you don't, this is going to be a shock to you. Go outside, because it's 2026 now. Episode 2 and the actual broadcast came out roughly 2 years later. And as of the recording of this video, there still hasn't been an official claim for the delays, but you can probably guess what it was. However, fans waited patiently, because if you are a Type Moon fan and you watched the first special, you knew we were in for something great. And this history and backstory goes into the main reason why some fans are telling newcomers not to go in blind. Let's start with the naysayers first. The directors Enokito and Sakuzume are not new to Fate at all. They worked on titles like Fate Apocrypha, Fate Grand Order Babylonia, both Fate Grand Order movies, and the FGO PVs for the mobile game. At this point, these two really like Fate, or they really needed that check. Either way, they know their stuff. And who better than two Fate fans to direct a series that takes elements from the entire franchise? There are going to be, and already are, based on the episodes that are out when I'm recording this, small and large Easter eggs to other Fate anime. Waver from Fate Zero is an adult in this anime, and they do discuss his story in Strange Fake. Speaking of Waver, did you know that he has his own spinoff called Lord Elmilio, which, yes, you will see the main cast of that show in Strange Fate, especially Student Flat, who's one of the masters and central characters in this new anime. They straight up bring up Artoria, and if you're new and have no idea who the poster child of the entire franchise is, you won't get why it's a shock to some characters in the show when she wasn't the Saber Summon. This may be a spinoff, but canonically this story takes place some time after the events of Fate Stay Night, albeit with some canon details changed. Even small Easter eggs, like in the first special, Gilgamesh is about to drink the Potion of Youth to make himself younger and weaker, so he can actually have a challenge in the fights to come. They don't explain this to you. Or even the reason why he stopped and calls Enkidu his one and only friend. Hint, hint, wink, wink. They are only friends in the history books. And this scene means something to me, bruh, because I'm pretty sure this is the first time we see these two interact outside of flashbacks in anime version. Ley lines, Grail fragments, noble phantasms, best girl Rin Tosaka cameo. These things may be lost on new audience members. I could go on with the Type Moon references and Easter eggs. There are even some Tsukihime references in there, and that's not even Fate. But the point of this section is to stress that the anime was made by Fate fans for Fate fans. They understand the weight of characters like Gilgamesh bringing out Ea and literally cracking the screen. I love that effect so much. They understand the characteristics of mages and their bloody pursuit of true magic. They're not going to explain to you that the Grail gives servants knowledge of the current era, and that's how they know how to blend in so well, or why there is a church involved in this war at all. Bottom line is, you're supposed to already be a Fate fan of some kind before you watch this anime. But let's be real for a second here, and I need my fellow hardcore Fate fans to come into this discussion with an open mind. Does anything I just said really matter? Let's switch to the opposite side of the argument. Sure, knowing the lore is nice, but is it necessary to enjoy the show or a bonus for us diehard fans? If this is your first Fate anime, then I kind of envy you, as Strange Fate is without a doubt the best adaptation the franchise has seen since Ufotable decided not to do the Stay Night route. Maybe one day. The show wastes no time introducing you to its plot and the plot of most Fate anime, the Holy Grail War, and it does it so damn well. Yes, it's an exposition dump, but an exposition with a lot of personality. Unlike most Fate anime, let's be honest, they just have your main character summoning the servants and talking, filling you in on how all of this works. It's been a trend for some time now that the first episode of a Fate anime might be a little boring for newcomers, but Strange Fate flips that on its head, not only using stellar character writing, but creative visual direction. Gilgamesh is summoned, and the first thing he does is cut off the arm of the mage who seeks to be his master. Then Tine shows up, pulls a big baller move, and steals the master's position. This guy did not have a good day. The show went full American by Faldius betraying his master by filling him with a bunch of bullets. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Jack the Ripper had probably the most visually stunning introduction, with the team taking full advantage that Jack has no true form, showing us a myriad of images of dread, terror, and mystery. Assassin is summoned by a cult and immediately slaughters them, only to reveal that her master is actually a vampire and can't be killed that easily. And then it ends with Gilgamesh and his boyfriend, Enkidu, blowing up the desert as a greeting. You may think I just spoiled a lot, but this is only the first episode, and I don't think you need any prior Fate knowledge to enjoy that spectacle. Especially because the show is explaining all the lore and world building to you so you can understand it on a basic level. Enokito, Sakazume, and most importantly Narita may be fans of the franchise, but they're also creators. And with works of art, you have to have some business sense in order to keep on creating. So would it be a dumb move on their part not to make this series as newcomer friendly as possible? They want as many people as they can watching this anime and buying those light novels. Editing RJ here. So while looking for footage for this video, I found an interview that Gigguk did with Enokito and Sakazume, and they said the exact same thing I just told y'all. I had no idea this interview existed when I originally recorded it, so I have never felt more validated. Had to cash in my bragging points. All right, back to the video. And honestly, why not start here? This series takes so many elements from the franchise we love, does them justice, and makes them entertaining without any fan, newcomer or not, having to sit through 4 years of Fate Stay Night University to enjoy. Welcome class to Stay Night 101. We will now explain mana transferring and why every single sex scene in the original visual novel was absolutely necessary for the plot. If you ask me, the way Fate Strange Fate presents the Easter eggs I mentioned earlier will most likely leave the audience more curious than confused, leading them to go find videos like this to explain it. And once you find videos like this, you'll find even more videos like this, and even more videos like this, and even more videos like this, and even more video. You are a Fate fan now, buddy. Welcome to the club. Subscribe. I think we, as the Fate community, get so caught up in our lore and love for the franchise that we become purists of the medium, judging how people are consuming it, making it a lot more complicated than it really is. And I get it. We want new fans to experience the best version of the world we love. But I have seen and experienced about 90% of everything Type Moon has made, working my way through some of the lesser known series currently, like Witch on the Holy Night. And the community large Fate Watch Order consensus that shits on damn near every popular Fate Watch Order video on YouTube is to start with the original visual novel. Yeah, I started with Fate Zero. When it comes to the different series, there is no set Fate Watch Order. I had most people in my corner telling me that Fate Zero spoils Heaven's Feel. But if you have no idea what Heaven's Feel is, how much is it actually spoiling for you? It only became a spoiler when others let me know that I was watching a spoiler. And that's my point. Let people watch the franchise how they want to watch the franchise. Because what might be a spoiler for you might just be a cool callback or Easter egg for another person with a different watch order. By now, you should know which side of the argument I'm on. And honestly, I was going both ways when I started writing this script. But I think the community does series like Strange Fate a disservice by shitting on everyone's watch order when a new installment comes out. And this is coming from the guy who has uploaded 2 Fate Watch Order videos of his own, but those videos have been taken down and blocked due to copyright, so you're just gonna have to believe me, unless you're on Patreon. Then yeah. But yeah, my opinion has changed, call it character growth. So back to the golden question. Can you, more importantly, should you, go into Fate Strange Fate completely blind? Yeah, you shouldn't do anything, and you can do whatever you want. Enjoy the Fate franchise how you want to enjoy the Fate franchise. I'm just glad you're here. I'm RJ Lane, and this has been On the Rise.
Have you realized the supreme recreation in this world is to behold my glory and drink in my greatness? Well, if you must, I shall allow it. You may gaze to your heart's content, and afterwards pass down the story for generations.
I know a queer man when I see one. Gilgamesh X Enkidu all the way.